In this episode, I'm going to tell you exactly what are the India's chances of winning the T20 World Cup without Jasprit Bumrah, who is the world's best bowler currently in this generation. So today's episode is all about what are India's chances. So if everybody who's a cricket fan watching this episode would always debate on these things in recent times, saying that India has very less chances of winning the World Cup, the T20 World Cup that is going to come up, and their journey starts against Pakistan, on 23rd October, which is next Sunday. And people have already debated and they have voiced out their opinion, saying that India is already out of this race because the man who had given the impact for them, with the bowling standpoint of view, that he has delivered most of the things on, mostly the death overs. He'll be really productive, and also at the start, the power play in the first 6 overs, he would bowl 2 overs, most of the times, and he would give an impact of not only containing the runs but also picking up the most important wickets. So he's out. Jasprit Bumrah is out. He is the leading bowler for India. Now, most of you, in fact everybody, have told that the chances for India to win this World Cup is very minimal. But I have a different point of view. I'm going to take you to certain circumstances that had happened in the past and you give out your opinion. I will take you back to 2007 T20 World Cup. That is the inaugural World Cup that the ICC announced and every team had participated in it. Did you ever think that India will win under Mahendra Singh Dhoni's captaincy? That was his first captaincy in that World Cup situation. Did you ever think that India would even go to the semi-finals? How many of you really thought that India will definitely go to the semi-finals? You would say no. Okay, let us keep that point and let me take you to another situation. This is 2020-21 Test Series in Australia. India is playing against Australia in Australia, and this is a 4 Test match series that is played. The first test, Australia wins and Virat Kohli leaves the team, and he went out due to some, he had this leave that he had applied for his personal thing, and he had left the team. India lost miserably the first test when Kohli had played. The only test match that he had played for that particular test series, India lost. I still remember, they were all out. I think they were 36 for 9. And one was injured and he couldn't play. So the match ended there and India lost miserably. At that moment, how many of you felt India could actually win the rest of the matches and eventually win the series? How many of you? Most of the experts, they said it's easily 4-0 Australia. And what did you say?
Australia 4-0.
4-0. You look at that. So people, actually, I like her honesty. It's like a brutal honesty that she's saying out. Thank you for that. But you being brutally honest, say that whether you have convinced yourself that India will win at that particular situation. Nobody thought. Even the experts. They said, Virat Kohli, the best batsman in the team, is not there and they're going to struggle. And that time, Virat Kohli was the captain. So they had to find a new captain. Ajinkya Rahane was named as the captain and he had to take over the responsibility. And the responsibility is such that, they had lost a match miserably in the second innings. They were out for less than 40. Which means, they had a lot of work to do, and most thought that, India is just going to, suffer a 4-0 defeat. And that alone will, make everyone say that, India is out. You knew that this is going to be the result. But then what had happened? What had happened was simply remarkable. You know what India did? India came back strongly in the second test match. They beat Australia. So this was the second test match. Now the series is leveled 1-1. people looked at India in a different way. And they realized that this Indian team is going to battle hard till the very end. And it's not that about the result, that they're just going to fight every single day. And you know what happened in the Sydney Test match? That is my favorite Test match that could ever happen. And when I watched it, I really felt that this is Test cricket at its best. Vihari and Ashwin batted out the last day of the Test match, day 5, for almost 42 overs. They batted it out. They didn't lose it. And they made sure that the match ended in a draw. And then it went down to the final test where India chased 330 odd and they won on the final day. So, India won the series 2-1. The people who said that, it's 4-0 Australia, the series ended up with India winning the series 2-1 under Ajinkya Rahane's captainship. It was the Border Gavaskar trophy that it was played for, and India won that. Now, let me come back to the present. Why did I give you these two examples? These two examples are a clear picture for us to understand that cricket is not just a game of one or two. It is a team game. It is up to an individual to perform and execute their plans. Sometimes it goes with their plan, and if they execute well, it goes with them. Sometimes it doesn't. But what matters is they fight till the end. That is what we all have to look at. So if you look at them, the current Indian team without Jasprit Bumrah, yes, they have named Shami. Look at Shami today. India had played a practice match today against Australia, and he had done really well, and he had picked 3 wickets. And of course, there was a run out as well. So it is really good that he could contain and win a match against Australia in Australia. Even though it's a warm-up game, India have proved that they are not going to give up. So it's not about one or two individuals that perform. Cricket is a team game. You need to understand that all the 11 players are putting the best effort forward and trying to understand themselves better by doing certain things that they want to, and the momentum eventually gets them going there. And the only thing that they have kept in their mind is to fight till the end. If you ask the Indian team, if you would go down and win the series 2-1 against Australia, they would have never said yes or no. They would just say, we're going to battle it out, all those 3 test matches till day 5. We're just going to fight it out and let's see how it goes. This is how they understand. You need to understand this as well. The understanding the process, trusting the process instead of that result will eventually get you to what you want. But at the end, what matters is they would have learned a lot more. Because there wasn't Virat Kohli doesn't mean that India didn't win. Yes, Virat Kohli is the best batsman, but if he's out or if he's down due to some injury or whatever it could be, India still will find out a way to win. That is the team game. That is the beauty, and that is where you would understand as a team a lot better, because you would bring in someone else and you would try to see how it fits into your team and how he plays well and what are his strengths and weaknesses. This is how they're gonna do, and they did it, and they not only did it in a good way, but they did it in a way where this was history, and it became one of my favorite test matches where India went on and saved the test match. So this is the things that I wanted to talk about. Coming back to the World Cup, they wouldn't be thinking about, yes, everybody wants to win the World Cup. Everybody wants to finish their work in a best way possible. That is all there. But what would India be doing is trying to experiment. Now they have Mohammad Shami as their finishing bowlers at the death, and they have Ashdeep Singh, they have Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and also they have Arshal Patel. So they have all these bowlers, and Rohit Sharma, the captain, will try to experiment things out with these bowlers, and eventually he will try to bring the best out of them, and they will also need to step up because they know that the best bowler is not there with them at this point of juncture. So this is my point of view, but you could have asked me, you haven't said that whether India is going to win or not. They will win or they might not win, but the only thing that is for sure is always great teams, or the teams who dream big, will always trust in the process, and they'll fight till the end, and they will never give up. So India will not give up with their T20 World Cup campaign. I'm sure that people are going to step up. There are going to be new faces, new bowlers bowling at the death, and they will perform, and let's see how they perform under pressure. I know that Australian grounds are made now that 220 is a pass score in a T20 match, but India is going to fight it out. India will fight till the end, and I'm sure that there are players who's gonna step up and bring it on, and they'll definitely do their best and make sure they would go there. The next step would be to the semi-finals, and then let's see how they perform at that semi-final stage, and if they go to the final, definitely they will. I have that confidence, but if they do really well, they'll go to the final, and if they play well, definitely they will be champions. So we have said clearly that they are out. They have performed and they have become champions before. Now we have said it again, but can they become champions? It's up to them, and they will do it, I'm sure, but let's wait and watch. So what do you guys think? So whether India, you would agree with my point, or you would completely disagree and you say without the best bowler you can't win matches in T20s, because the margin of error is so small that even if you just bowl certain lines and deaths, you're just gonna get hit away by the batsman. So you just let me know in the comment section, and let's have a good conversation. We need not have to fight in the comment section. Let the thoughts be respectful, so that each and everyone learns something. When we are watching, we are learning something from them. It's not just watching and just leaving it out. We have a decent conversation. We can see what we can take from them, and eventually that is the biggest learning that anyone can take from that particular day. So with that being said, have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. I'm Manoj Velu signing off from the 4am Talks podcast. See you guys. Take care. Bye.